AITA for taking a day off after my boss forced me to work through the weekend? If there's one thing I learned last month, it's that sometimes compliance can be the sharpest weapon in your arsenal. I've been working at a marketing firm for about 2 years now, and I'm no stranger to long hours. However, there's a difference between being hardworking and being taken for granted, and my manager, Greg, had crossed that line. Last month, we were gearing up for a major campaign launch, and while the pressure was on for everyone, Greg decided that work-life balance was for the weak. "We're a team," he kept saying, his enthusiasm resembling that of a used car salesman. "Show your commitment." At first, I wanted to be a team player. I stayed late every day for a week, cranking out presentations and making sure everything was perfect. But when Greg sent an all-hands email late on a Friday announcing a mandatory weekend meeting to make last-minute adjustments, I hit my breaking point. I glanced at my calendar. It was my girlfriend's birthday weekend, and I had already made plans for us. When I replied to Greg, suggesting we could address the issues on Monday, he brushed me off. "You can't be serious. This is our image on the line." His tone dripped with condescension and urgency. Not wanting to push back too hard, I reluctantly agreed to give up my weekend. But then I had an idea. The moment I walked into the office that Saturday, I decided to give Greg a taste of what real mandated compliance felt like. Instead of my usual diligent self, I spent the whole day half-heartedly working. I took long breaks, posted silly animated GIFs in our team chat, and answered important emails with vague yet easily answered questions that only provoked more confusion. "Hey, have you completed the social media strategy yet?" I chuckled, typing, not bothering to actually respond with useful information when I finally saw Greg in the afternoon. He was stressed, fidgeting like a drummer mid-rhythm change. "Could you keep it down? We have deadlines and I need focus," he snapped at me after my third confused response. "Of course, Greg. Just following orders, adhering to the plan you put in place," I countered, matching his irritation with mock sincerity. Surprisingly, it felt liberating to stand up for myself, albeit in this roundabout way. Throughout the day, my malicious compliance left the team in disarray. We missed deadlines and had to send out disjointed reports that confused even our clients. The more I played along, the less productive we all became, with Greg growing more and more frantic as the day wore on. By Sunday afternoon, he was practically shouting into the office phone, trying to pacify clients about the chaos we were creating, all while I was just messaging my girlfriend pictures of my celebratory breakfast at a local brunch spot. That evening, when I returned to work Monday, I was surprised to find that the office had been quiet. Greg was cornered by upper management, visibly sweating bullets as he pleaded his case for why our campaign wasn't ready. I sauntered over before heading to my desk, casually remarking, "So the weekend plan didn't exactly pan out, did it?" The giggles from colleagues filled the air, puncturing the heavy tension. Greg glared daggers at me, but on some level, I could tell he understood what had really happened. A few days later, I was walking out for lunch when I encountered HR. After a brief conversation, I learned that complaints had been filed from several colleagues about the weekend work ethic and the impact on our mental health. Greg, it turned out, was reprimanded for his unreasonable demands, and changes were set to take place in our team's workload management. As for me, I was commended for my creativity in managing the chaos. Well, at least the part that didn't involve sabotaging the project. In the end, I didn't just save my weekend. I helped my entire team regain some much-needed work-life balance. So, AITA for responding to my boss's demand with a little extra chaos? I don't think so.